The art of thinking clearly, Rolf Dobelli. We like to believe we think logically. We trust our judgments. We assume our decisions are based on facts. But most of the time, they aren't. Rolf Dobelli's The Art of Thinking clearly exposes a quiet truth. Our minds are full of hidden errors, predictable, repeatable mistakes that distort how we see reality. These mistakes don't come from stupidity. They come from being human. Clear thinking is not about being smarter. It's about learning how not to fool yourself. Why clear thinking is rare. The human brain evolved to survive, not to think accurately. For thousands of years, quick reactions mattered more than careful reasoning. Speed saved lives. Precision did not. But in the modern world, these mental shortcuts betray us. They cause bad decisions, false confidence, unnecessary fear, wasted effort, poor judgment. Clear thinkers don't rely on instinct alone. They slow down. They question. They examine their own thinking. The illusion of knowledge. One of the most dangerous beliefs is, I know enough. The more familiar something feels, the more confident we become, even when our understanding is shallow. We confuse information with wisdom. We mistake familiarity for truth. Clear thinkers recognize the limits of their knowledge. They stay curious. They stay cautious. Survivorship bias, learning from the wrong examples. We often study success stories and try to copy them, but we forget something crucial. We don't see the failures. For every successful entrepreneur, there are thousands who followed the same path and failed. Clear thinking means asking, who is missing from this picture? When you only study winners, you learn the wrong lessons. Confirmation bias, the comfort of being right. We naturally seek information that confirms what we already believe, and we ignore what challenges us. This feels good because it protects our ego, but it damages our judgment. Clear thinkers deliberately expose themselves to opposing views. They don't ask, how can I prove I'm right? They ask, what would prove me wrong? The sunk cost fallacy, when the past traps the present. We stay in bad situations because we've already invested time, money, or effort. A failing business, an unhealthy relationship, a useless degree. We think, I've come this far, I can't quit now. Clear thinkers understand a hard truth. Past costs are gone. They should not control future decisions. The only question that matters is, what's the best choice from here? Why more choice can make you miserable? We assume more options mean more freedom, but often they mean more regret. When choices increase, satisfaction decreases, doubt increases, comparison intensifies. Clear thinkers simplify. They limit choices. They design decisions in advance, so emotion doesn't take control later. The illusion of control. We like to believe we control outcomes, but much of life depends on chance, timing, and randomness. When things go well, we credit skill. When things go badly, we blame circumstances. Clear thinkers accept uncertainty. They focus on improving processes, not predicting outcomes. Why stories are dangerous. The human brain loves stories. We turn complex events into clean narratives. This happened because of that. This person succeeded because they worked hard. But reality is messy. Clear thinkers resist oversimplified explanations. They stay alert to randomness, luck, and hidden variables. Social proof. Why crowds mislead us. When many people believe something, we assume it must be true, but popularity is not proof. Trends, bubbles, and mass mistakes happen because people copy each other instead of thinking independently. Clear thinkers pause when everyone agrees. They become suspicious of certainty. The authority bias, trusting titles over truth. We trust experts because it feels safe, but authority does not guarantee accuracy. Clear thinkers separate ideas from the people presenting them. They evaluate arguments, not reputations. The danger of overconfidence. Overconfidence feels like strength, but it often leads to disaster. We overestimate our abilities. We underestimate risk. We ignore warning signs. Clear thinkers embrace humility. They assume they might be wrong. And because of that, they prepare better. Why you should fear false precision. Numbers feel objective, but precision can be misleading. Predictions, rankings, and forecasts often appear exact, but rest on weak assumptions. Clear thinkers look behind numbers. They ask, how is this measured? What is missing? The power of saying no. Every yes is also a no to something else. Clear thinkers protect their time and energy. They understand opportunity cost. They don't ask, is this good? They ask, is this better than my best alternative? Emotional reasoning, when feelings pretend to be facts. Just because something feels true doesn't mean it is. Fear, excitement, anger, and desire all distort thinking. Clear thinkers separate emotion from evaluation. They pause. They create distance before deciding. Why simplicity wins? Complex plans feel impressive, but simple systems survive. Clear thinkers prefer clear rules, fewer assumptions, repeatable habits. Simplicity reduces error. Clarity increases consistency. Avoiding stupidity beats chasing brilliance. One of Dobelli's most important ideas is this. Avoiding obvious mistakes matters more than making brilliant moves. Most damage in life comes from bad decisions, emotional reactions, unchecked biases. Clear thinking removes these traps first. Designing a clearer life. Clear thinkers don't rely on willpower alone. They design environments that support better decisions. They remove distractions, reduce temptation, automate good habits, limit exposure to noise. They don't fight human nature. They work with it. The cost of mental noise. News, opinions, notifications, and constant input cloud judgment. Clear thinkers are selective about what they consume. They value silence. They value reflection. Clarity requires space. Clear thinking is not dramatic. It's quiet. It's disciplined. It's often uncomfortable. It requires questioning yourself more than others. But the reward is enormous. Better decisions, a less regret, calmer judgment, long-term success. Those who master clear thinking don't live faster lives. They live wiser ones. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Like if this message helped you spot a thinking mistake. Comment, which bias do you think affects you the most? Subscribe for weekly book wisdom. Share with someone who wants to think more clearly today.